That was the worst journey I've ever had. 5 hours delay. I'm tired. Welcome Pristina, Kosovo. Today is the first day I'm in the capital of Kosovo. The festival is starting tomorrow, so today I'm being a tourist. The biggest thing for me here is not to stress, that's why the design for the festival is less involved. 5 years ago when I was here for the last time, I painted very involved, complicated origami paper sculpture. Look at the scale of this paper monster. This is the biggest mural I've ever painted. I don't know how I've done it in 3 days. Watch the full video here. It was super ambitious because I wanted to impress everybody, outpaint everybody and bring the A game. And I thought, wrongfully so, that my A game is being super intricate and super complicated, which is the wrong mindset to start with. I'm not a typical tourist. First, I visited a local market to pick up some odd painting supplies that I hadn't taken from London. I also wasn't sure whether the festival would provide them. So to ease my anxiety, I didn't want to take a chance. I also made friends with local shopkeepers. Supporting small family business like this is important to me. This felt similar to my parents' first hardware shop where I grew up, and this young lad reminded me of my chores as a child. This was the highlight of my first day back in Kosovo. I came to the spot. I know it's black, as they said in the email, and I need to make sure that the Belton I'm going to buy for the cutback is either tab black or anthracite grey, right? What does it look to you? That's medium. Yes. Yes. Good start. Good start. And we are off to a late start. It's past midday. It took a while to sort everything out. My name misspelled. Hello, hello. This is quite big. It makes me anxious, but of course I did not overcomplicate it. And today for sketching I'm using chalk. Reason being, don't know if they have the emulsion to cut it back to get rid of the Doodle Grid. Okay, the Doodle Grid with the chalk is clearly working. Okay, first experience of clash. It's so hot. What I set out to do for today is the sketch and the background. Can you tell what it is? Let us go to the folding station and see what's creasing. I got the invite back to Kosovo in February this year. I was thinking all this time what to paint and my mind was blank. Looking back at the previous visit, I learned my lessons and wanted to make it easier for myself. It took me dozens of hours to build this spider paper sculpture. My memory of the last festival is that of crippling anxiety to paint it in time. This year, my motto is less is more. I received the dimensions of the wall all together with the invitation. The model needs to be considered lengthwise, enhanced by composition on both sides. At the previous visits, my models were made of craft paper, so I knew I wanted to expose the lined paper pattern and make it a significant feature. The model is quite simple on purpose. It contains large flat surfaces to paint it quicker. There are few creases and crinkles, as it would create more complex color-light transitions. Such technicality would only add lots of painting time. I don't want to wear myself down again with the stress of needing to rush complexity of such a scale. I hope this will help me meet new people and enjoy the festival more. Once I folded the model, I let it rest to consider the light and the overall narration. I took my time to get inspired. The key is to focus on the simplicity of the idea rather than overcomplicate it for the sake of it, which I'm usually so guilty of. I had to send my paint order by May, so I already knew the color palette. But at the same time, I wanted to introduce something new and fresh. So I really took my time. I created the space for inspiration. I pondered and I allowed myself for the right idea to unfold in front of me. Be still and focus. Inspiration is closer than we think. Sometimes we just need to squint. Eureka! I got this. Look! I got it! I have a technical know-how to create this bokeh effect. The most important is to have a lens with low aperture and position the light source at a distance to create depth and separation. It was a painstaking trial and error method of work. I wasn't quite happy with the composition of the fairy lights. It almost drove me insane. I wanted the circular auras of the individual lights to be complementary to the models. I added the fat gap to accentuate the scale. It took me 2 long evenings to get the balance of the composition right. I really enjoyed figuring out how to photograph the paper model with a prominent bokeh effect. I am a technical painter as much as a technical photographer, and I do enjoy a good creative challenge. It was back and forth between Lightroom and never-ending tweaking the lights. I finally arrived at the satisfactory composition. It only took me 4 long sessions at the folding station. Now the challenge is to paint this new background light effect for the first time. Pristina, here I come. So at the folding station, you just saw what was the inspiration behind the background. I'm going to do it for the first time. I think I have an idea how to do it. This is exciting to try out new things. It is working. Can you see the scale now? I'm absolutely knackered. Size matters. I hate working on a ladder. Can you hear how tired I am? Have I told you already I hate working on a ladder? King. Clash, 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 clash. I'm very disappointed. And it's just Astro Fat, just dusting it. My first impression of Clash is maybe half of the Belton in terms of coverage. Well, this is the festival paint. Well, I'm grateful for my allowance of 12 cans for this festival. I'm too tired. I'm going actually to see the festival. 9 in the morning, the second day. I'm the first one here to start because I went to bed 10 p.m. last night to have a plenty of rest for the main body of the work to be completed today. My premise for this festival was to paint something less complicated and make sure I socialize. So I failed. It will be a very challenging day, not because of the temperatures of 34 Celsius degrees of Kosovo sun, but today what I'm attempting, no, let me change the vocabulary. Today, what I shall accomplish is to finish this origami dragon. I'm shouting. That's the dragon. You can tell the energy, the determination. So the first element is done. I always start with further detail in the background, especially when using a brand you've never painted with before. So it allows me to feel it, and also this is like a testing ground for all the tonality throughout the rest of the piece. Really happy with the progress here. It took me 20 minutes just to do this leg, but it's a great warm-up and it just gives me confidence for the rest of the day.
For you, and I just need to pay.
Thank you. The organization has been great as every year. This is, one of the best festivals I love coming to. So this is a place to be.
Okay, I would like to.
Alright, an update. I have a migraine. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Is it the new brand of paint? Maybe the heat? The stars are not aligning. I can't get it right. Like clash, the transitions. I'm running out of paint. It is 5:15. I would say I'm halfway through the dragon. I really want to paint this dragon today. Okay, of the whole dragon, this is the best painted flat surface so far. This is what I've been aiming for all this time. I don't know what it is. I couldn't crack the code until now. I've run out of the greys, so I went looking for some. Then it got dark. I think this is perfect cue to finish. I've run out of paint. It's 9:15. You can hear the tunes of the main stage blaring out, and I'm still painting. I think I failed. I failed to socialize. I failed to enjoy Pristina. Everyone's having fun. Okay, good night. Last day of festival. Listen, I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of really struggling with it. The problem might be that I'm working with less tones. I've been looking at it at the hotel, trying to figure it out, how to rescue it. Certainly, I have no time to crack it. To keep it simple, this year I kept large areas really flat, literally few crinkles. I have succeeded in small areas like this leg, right? Because this is the kind of a size of the folds I'm used to. The transitions of lights and textures on those small areas look absolutely great. But when I'm struggling the most is large flat surfaces. Transitions are not there. It's really harsh, really flat. Kind of disappointed with myself, to be honest, because I really wanted to show my best.
Been waiting for a lifetime to meet the dawn at midnight and reach a goal unattainable. My time is up when dark falls. The end of
Right, it has taken me an hour to finish the neck. Okay, it's already hot, like 30 degrees.
looking for someone, looking for someone, looking for someone, looking for someone.
It's too hot. Babushka style.
Looking for someone, looking for someone.
The back wing is done. It has taken me over an hour to do that. It's 11:30. I have all day, right? I'll be here till dark. It's cold. It's straight from the fridge. Two hours later, I'm done with the dragon. Not entirely happy with it. How does it look to you guys? Half a day later, I'm at the stage when I thought I would be on the second day. The improvements will be marginal. You probably won't notice. It's alright, it's alright. Well, I'm glad I'll be sitting now painting this cap. The cap is finished. Bit wonky. It took me actually 2 hours. So I'm very happy for those 2 hours. Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Let me tidy up. The caveat here is I've run out of most of the colors, so I can't really work on the dragon. I've been to the festival shop a couple of times trying to buy the missing color. They didn't have it. I've been asking people for the colors. I managed to get some scraps, but not enough to do any major fixing. It is what it is. By the way, do you remember at the beginning of the festival, I went to the shop to find a near match for the background? So what do you think that is? Tar black or anthracite grey for the cat back? As you can see, it's a near match. Perfect. Happy I did that. It was worth the effort. There are so many mistakes. The values of colors are wrong. They are not consistent. I can't paint big surfaces. Right. The origami dragon is finished. And this is the origami dragon. Well, the premise of this video is I wanted to make this less complicated in order to socialize, in order to meet people. Breaking news. This year, 2023, I didn't make it any easier for myself. I still painted full 3 days, hardly speaking to anyone, but clearly I failed. Compare the scale of this piece, the current piece, complexity of the folds. I'm baffled. I don't know why. It didn't work out at all. The reception of the piece has been absolutely great. What's amazing, many people remembered me from the previous years and
Bizi de Airborne mark getiriyor. Yeni artist Matthias, hi, welcome. Are you going to bring in Pristina?
well, I think it's quite obvious from what I'm having in front. I'm a graffiti artist first, but also I'm a origami designer. That was really amazing. What do you think about those fairy lights out of focus? I think it's a banging new feature and they're not that perfect, they are very loose. But I'm really happy how they came out, even though some of them are not perfect. Also, I didn't have enough tones. Like normally I paint with, 5-6 tones of Belton. I had 3 tones of each color, and that explains why this crease is so harsh, right? I finished this head in darkness and I nailed it at the first time. Why? Because it's a small surface area. Is it area surface or surface area? Anyhow, the surface area of this is like what I'm normally used to. So the transition of color is really good despite having only those 3 tones. Comment down below what's your favorite detail. For me, is this section is bang on. This is also a really nice spot here. One of my favorite was fun painting it. I think sometimes I focus too much on like very technical details I get excited about, but struggle with the big picture. And I need to remember about the big picture because this is how people are consuming it, not up close. They don't get excited about the little details. The cup came out really good, especially that I spent just under 2 hours on it. I thought it would take me longer. Very pleased with it. Some great detail, even though it's wonky. Big thank you to organizers of meeting of styles, Sebi and Agan and all the volunteers who made it happen. Really happy that I could bring my origami gospel yet again to Kosovo. And check out the playlist of the previous works from Kosovo, the shark, the spider. I think you'll enjoy it. My name is Airborne Mark. I'm passionate about painting paper. And as always, origami, riots, folding all day, every day, and I'm out. Kosovo. That was weird.